Oh boy. The cats are fighting.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, yeah. What's up, JMZ, Bubbers, Cycling Brian, Rick? Oh, the Road to Recovery. That sounded like a drug reference. Well, she's here to explain. Robin, real life, what's up? Large Marge, I am about to patch her in. I've already got her on standby. Um, so yeah, welcome everyone. I won't go through the whole roll call. I see everyone's names popping up: William, JMZ, Eric, but scenic route, Mario. So yeah, we were gonna. One thing I want to do on the streams again. Those of you who've been around for a while, uh, we used to do guests, remote guests. I kind of haven't done it in so long that I wanted to make sure I could do it. So Erin was willing to be the first person to try it out, so I could do it with someone I know. For those of you who don't know, Erin's my girlfriend. So figured that would keep it a little bit more low pressure while we figured out how to get this going again. Have talked to a number of people about doing being patched in. And then also any channel members who want to be a guest on the stream, that is one of the channel member benefits. So we could go through that again. I'll post it in the Discord, in the members thing on the Discord, and we could kind of start scheduling some of that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the whole plan. Uh, Erin. All right. So let's see if this works. So welcome, Erin, to the chat. All right. Do you have your mic turned off, Erin, or do I have your mic turned off? I see a no mic symbol.
No, I muted myself. It's a virtual meeting etiquette.
Ah, good job.
I don't usually mute myself though.
I had a meeting today with people in Spain, and only one of the two of them were in the same room, but they had the camera, so I could only see one of them. So there was just this voice coming from the side. So yeah.
I had to
So,
mute myself because the cats were fighting.
ah, uh, Dylan said the original gravel badass in the house.
I was not a gravel badass on my gravel outing over the weekend.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we did hit. So you've been riding for what, 2 weeks?
Uh, uh, yes. Like yeah, a week and a half, I think.
A week and a half, and the last ride you had done was October 20th or something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know,
19th, I think.
October 19th. Erin broke her ankle in two places, basically doing nothing, like just riding up to a campground at 1 mile per hour with, you know, camping gear on her handlebars, just not even moving. Just did the doctor ever say to you why he thinks that happened? Was it just like the angle, just a total freak type thing, or?
No, I mean, they didn't really ask that many questions about how it happened. Just like I fell off my bike and landed on it, and that seemed sufficient amount of information for them.
Huh? Yeah, that's, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of you know what I mean? Like, isn't it kind of like, well, how did this happen? Like, I don't know. But when we talked to him at the first meeting, we were saying he would seem to be like, no, that's what everybody says. It's some minor little thing, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff, and then one wrong step and something horrible like this happens. So
Yeah. I mean, just given how many times I've fallen, I think it was like it just lined up perfectly. I was on a rock. I fell, and I'm pretty sure like my left sits bone landed on my right ankle. So all of my body weight in another hard part of my body landed in the right place on top of something hard to break it.
yeah. So as you were, uh, we were just saying, you've ridden a little bit, and then we actually, so we've stuck to kind of just the paved bike trails. And at first, you were driving to the trailheads, and then on what was that Sunday, we decided to take an industrial gravel route cut back towards the studio where we had parked. And what were you saying? It just did not. Was it just feeling endurance wise like that was slowing you down, or like could you feel like your ankle or anything?
On the gravel, I'm sorry.
Yeah, when we like rode the gravel, you were saying it didn't go well because after I said the gravel badass.
Oh, I think it was mostly the conditions. Like I said to you when we were riding, I actually think when I suggested riding the gravel and it's been wet, or when I have ridden the gravel and it's been wet, it's just puddles. But I haven't actually ridden it when it's like soupy still
Ah,
and soft. So when I've ridden it, it could be wet, but it's not like quicksand. It was.
yeah, that gravel section we rode gets really soft and really hard to ride. This is actually, I pulled up a picture of you out there on it. You could see that how it's kind of like that. It's not like peanut butter mud because it's not coming all the way around and sticking to our bikes, but it's sandy and you sink into it and it's like slow going. So you were saying your ankle did end up hurting after this ride, though, right? The next day.
Um, explain to my dad what the exertion pain feels like. It's not like you used a muscle that you're not used to using. Like the example I used with him was like weed whacking. Like you go out there the first time of the season and you weed whack and your arms and your back have all like that overuse of underused muscles pain. It's not like that. It's more of an ache. And I don't know. It's definitely related to the activity, but it's not the same. And I don't know if it's because it's not so much like there's certainly muscle weakness involved, but I think it's re-stretching things versus really building muscles.
I saw a comment that someone had asked. Where was that? Oh, Scenic Route asked if you were clipped in or if it was just a freak accident. So
Freak.
yeah.
Largely tote bag related.
Wait, a what?
Well, hi, Edmund. I said it was largely tote bag related.
Yeah, tote bag. She had made fun of me because I'm like, oh look, I got these clip-on panniers and I can bring all my camping stuff right up. And you're like, you need to use panniers? I just got these tote bags. And then what did you say on the way to the hospital?
I don't know, something like I think you may have been right about, or I think I was wrong about the tote bag strategy.
Yeah. Edmund wants fenders on his bike. He's back here. I've never seen him up there before.
He's excited to hear my voice.
Yeah. Well, he can't hear you because I'm on the headphones.
He's
Yeah.
trying to hear my voice.
Yeah.
He's excited to see my face on the screen.
Yeah, he was trying to get a better view of you. So,
Mm.
hey, thanks, Wes. Pudgy said the softer it gets, the harder it gets. It's a grab thing. So, yeah.
Important question, babe. When you spell Edmund's name, do you spell it with a U or an O?
With a U. Yeah.
I think I've alternated because I didn't know.
Ah.
Ooh, kitty headphones.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's named after the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is with a U. So,
Oh, good point. Good point.
or more appropriate, he's named after the beer, which is named after the song, which is named after the shipwreck. So,
Is this video about cats or is it about bikes?
everyone asks that lately because it usually becomes about cats.
Two cats.
Yeah, we've
They
been to.
were, of course, in and out of here earlier. But
Your cats aren't in
no.
there now. Edmund's over here meowing. I think he wants attention. Anyways. Yeah, Rick said he spelled it with an O once and I yelled at him. So it was late in the stream. Christopher Webb said tote bags are the 475th cause of broken ankles.
Possible. My best friend, when I was still working through my recrimination of myself for having caused this with my tote bag jostling, she reminded me that her girlfriend at the time, a couple months before that, had been carrying multiple tote bags, jostled them around, and ended up falling and breaking her hand. So tote bags are apparently a risk factor for bone breakage.
And that's where we also get the phrase totes.
Is it? I
No.
don't think it is.
No. Eric was saying good news with fitness is your body remembers and you'll bounce back. Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, we haven't exactly been going on like tiny rides. You didn't just go back and do a couple of tiny things. What we did, we're doing 20, 25 miles each time, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think, I mean, I would say that, I'm not much of a climber to begin with, let's be honest. But I've made some significant progress. And so like now I'm now I feel like I've lost it and I'm struggling more on the hills again, which I realize is natural, but also a bummer.
Yeah, to do anything where you're really exerting yourself is going to be the thing that takes the longest to come back. Whereas I think, you know, it's not like you're starting all over riding flat miles, just 20 miles or whatever. No, I've never given Edmund any beer. uh, Rick asked how much work did you lose? But go ahead.
She's cutting in and out.
Yeah, I think it's.
Professional work?
You can hear that?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. I assume that's what he meant.
Let's see. Back over the weekend. I don't work on Mondays. I think I went back to work on Tuesday because I work remotely. Like this is where I work. Um, I was working from my bed, but then I had surgery on Thursday, and I thought I was gonna be fine to work the following week. That was not true, and I don't recommend anybody ever rush that. I was still really tired, still really uncomfortable. I was also on drugs. I may or may not have been a little too blunt in some of the meetings I had. Yeah, so if you ever have to have surgery, basically where they put you out with anesthesia, I recommend taking a week off. But it was fine. It, organization is very small and very flexible and very caring. So like not made those choices, those poor choices to not take the time I should have.
Thinking that you're working from home, it's not a big deal type stuff, probably, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't. My surgery was on a Thursday. I took off Friday. but presumed, and I don't work Monday, so I presumed by the following Tuesday I was going to be like the anesthesia situation was going to wear off, and I didn't. Um, I've never really taken like painkillers like that before. I didn't really factor in that I shouldn't be doing detail-oriented work or interacting on a professional level while on that.
Yeah, and that's how it shows how
It was
different.
all fine.
Yeah, that shows how different everyone is because I know like that stuff has less of effect on me like that. Whereas I remember when my mom had a surgery, she seemed like she might as well be like I don't know, she was like in space, like she became a hippie, you know. So what Tanya was saying after she came out of the broke two bones in her foot in a freak accident, it took a few weeks for her muscles and tendons to feel normal. Yeah, and you've been actually walking out of the boot for a while. You just waited to start riding again even longer, right?
Yeah, I had an appointment at the beginning of December, like 1 week into December. So I had the surgery on October 26th. From October 26th until I think it was December 8th, I was fully not weight bearing. So um had a boot, but it was just for protection. I had to be on crutches the whole time. Um, then I think it was on December 8th, sometime towards the beginning of December. Went back to the doctor and was allowed to walk in the boot. And so then I was supposed to be in the boot until the beginning of January. But I didn't actually use the boot very frequently. Like the first couple of weeks I used it. Um, but then if I was just walking around my house, I stopped using it. As long as I felt like I was in like a stable, relatively predictable environment, I didn't use it. But I didn't do anything. It was just walking around my house that I did that. And then and then at the beginning of January when I had that appointment, I didn't he said I didn't have to use the boot anymore and um didn't have to see him anymore and I didn't really have any restrictions. And I was like, okay, so I'm just like listening to my body, right? And he's like, yep. And I was like, okay, so let's say I need water softener salt and the bags weigh 50 pounds. Am I allowed to pick that up? And he said, no, don't do that for 6 months. So
So always said six
then I
months. Huh?
felt like, yeah. So then I was like, okay, I don't really understand. Understand. I'm just not good with ambiguity and
Yeah.
boundaries, or like I need very like strict boundaries. I have lifted the bags of water softener salt, and it's been fine.
Fat Albert said, worst thing about walking in a boot, it can really mess with your lower back since you jack to one side. Did you have any notice anything from?
Didn't have any back problems, but actually one of the reasons that I decided I did not want to wear the boot was because it hurt my knee so bad. Like I
Hmm.
think that just the weight of it and like picking it up and putting it down was like kind of tweaking my knee to one side or another, and it really hurt. And I didn't like it, so I didn't use it.
Do you have any thoughts on like when you would start to ride? Like, I mean, we rode the gravel, but it was still flat gravel. You know, we weren't bombing down any gravel descents. Like last year, you bought a mountain bike, a Salsa Timberjack. Like, do you have any idea in your mind now that you've ridden a little bit, like when you would be willing to do stuff that's a little riskier? And I guess one is, you know, to mountain bike, you need some fitness to come back. But I guess I'm more curious as to like when you would actually feel comfortable because of your ankle situation and, you know, more like on that level.
I don't really. So thought about that a lot. Hampton is not open. I definitely would want to start at Hampton because I'm most familiar with it. Um, if they opened it tomorrow, I would probably go. Probably wouldn't, I'd probably be cautious. I don't. One of the reasons I wanted to ride the gravel over the weekend was because I wanted to see like how responsive I would be. It was so slow going that didn't really give me any indicators on that. Um, I have to say I'm probably going to be nervous about rocks,
Hmm.
um, but I don't know because I just feel like that it was such a freak situation that if I'm ever like extraordinarily overwhelmed, having a ton of anxiety from that, riding in the rain on wet leaves, on rocks, uphill while trying to manage a tote bag. Like, sure, I'm gonna be really freaked out in that
Yeah.
situation and probably just get off the bike, which is what I should have done anyhow. But I don't know that I don't really have a good sense about when my anxiety about conditions or type of riding will kick in.
Yeah, that's what we talked about this when we made the actual video. I was a little curious about that because, people who have been hit by cars, so they're afraid for a while to get out on the road. I actually met with a guy I know from out east when he rolled through town, and we were talking about that. He didn't ride on the road for like, I can't remember now, but it was like 5 years or something. And then, someone hits a tree mountain biking, and then like mountain biking is the thing that makes him nervous. With yours being a freak accident, it's so weird because it wasn't. I mean, I almost don't even picture it as a riding accident.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I think I'll have to see. And I think that I am gonna, which could go out there and change my mind and do whatever I want, but I am the type of person who needs like plan to get out the door even. So, Hampton has two areas. One that's up top is like shorter loops and not as is less challenging. So like I'm gonna start with doing the shortest loop and go as slow as I need to, and then I probably won't even do the lower loop.
Yeah. No, I heard a weird noise on my computer, but yeah, that's the nice thing about Hampton is it does have like an easier option to get out there and start, and then you could decide, do you really want to go all the way down into the valley or not, you know. And that could also be
Yeah.
how your ankle's feeling, how your confidence is, and endurance wise, because top's a lot easier to ride. The bottom is a pretty serious climb out. Um, Rick asked, "Isn't it true that bones actually heal stronger?" I don't know if that's actually true, but I mean, you have a piece of metal that makes it stronger, right?
Oh, yeah, we didn't actually talk about the surgery. I have a plate and screws in it. I'll see if I can multitask and send Tim a picture if he wants to put it on the screen. But you unknowingly brought it back to my drug rehab, Rick.
Daniel Leo subscribed to the
While
channel.
entering my lowest time of year, which is the winter, with a broken bone and an inability to be active, I did also quit smoking, um, which all the bad reasons, and I know it's disgusting. I love smoking. So I didn't really want to quit, but I did learn that the bones of non-smokers heal 62% better than the bones of smokers. So it was a very strong motivator to do that. Uh, so there were some ups and downs, some ongoing emotional ups and downs, but
Yeah, I couldn't believe that
yeah.
number. I mean, and it was like an oddly specific number that they're not just making up to get you to quit smoking. And then I talked to my brother-in-law Andy, who's a medical salesman. And he's like, "No, that's 100% true." And he had, you know, I mean, I'm sure he cares about you, but he had no like dog in the race to like fake that. Like uh, Ben Large Marge, as he's called on the stream, said, "I'm loving this green wall pink couch situation." By the way, I think Large has a couple bikes with that color scheme that Funny Brad isn't so crazy about.
Yeah. I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, Pudgy said he took about.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
so go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say with the smoking, you would think it had something to do with like respiration and like that it's actually the nicotine. So like nicotine replacement wasn't an option for improving my bone healing, which I thought was really interesting because you don't really hear a lot about like the actual negative impacts of nicotine. It's
Hmm.
more about like smoking and the breathing toxins into your lungs, right? It's
Yeah, and your
not
heart.
about
Yeah, they say your heart.
yeah. Um, so I thought that was interesting. Unfortunate that that wasn't a strategy I could use to quit.
Yeah, yeah, to have, yeah, to vape or to gum or any of that stuff, patches, which, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to your point, 62, for anybody who doesn't know, numbers and data are my love language. And so 62% is not really, that's not something I can ignore.
No,
So,
that's, yeah. Pudgy was saying he took 10 years off after his accident, which I think we talked about on the time you streamed, but I had totally forgot about that. Yeah, he had brain bleeds, face rebuilding, coma. Yeah. Which makes, yeah, that's nuts. Aaron's,
where do I put this picture?
can you drop it in the Discord or are you in this chat room so it wouldn't work?
Wait, how do I do that?
It is, well, I've got Discord at full screen, but there's usually, if you go into like the channel that is for like stream updates, channel talk, and just press the plus button. It'll let you upload a file.
Find it. It's channel talk. Still have me? Am I still here?
Yeah, now I need to see if I can pull that up because I have us on this. Yeah, I'll try it while we're chatting.
Oh,
Oh,
it
yeah.
it is a file? Was I supposed to do something different? Oh,
Oh, yeah, what?
well, I downloaded it wrong. Hold on.
Yeah, that's weird. It uploaded a file and not a photo. Huh.
I think it's because it's not actually a file in the. Anyhow, what's happening in the chat?
They're talking about tires. A lot of people have said it's good to see you back on the bike. I know I didn't um, respond to every single one of you guys, but I know we both appreciate to hear that. Pink and green bike or a Canyon? Dylan said. What is that noise? The Weasel said his girlfriend is trying to quit smoking. Mario had a question. Any adjustments to the bike or footwear after the injury? Because you're real dialed in with your fit, so your bike fit more than anyone I know. You change seat height if you change the type of pants you're wearing.
um, no, I ended up raising my seat because I was wearing boots because of the weather, but nothing else.
So it wasn't about so basically no, not about the injury or anything, just different change in shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Muskrat said you're glad you're back. Did you get that file to show up?
I did.
Where are you going?
It sounds like there's a car in my driveway.
Ah, gotcha. I guess I could probably just download the file, right?
But I think it must be the gas road.
Ah. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, it wants me to. Did you have some weird extension on this photo?
Well, I ended up just screen capping it from my medical notes because
Oh,
it was embedded in the visit notes. So I screen capped it.
there we go. I got it up now. So, can you see this while we're looking at it, Aaron? So it's a plate with
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6 screws basically, and then there's a separate screw that's holding 2 other pieces together. Is that kind of what's going on?
Are you actually showing it? Because I have the YouTube on one of my other screens and I don't see it.
It'll be up in a second. It's just delayed. It's whatever the delay is.
Oh,
between.
well, I mean, I can. Because I'm not delayed. Talking isn't delayed.
Now we're talking in real time to each other, and then it beams to YouTube eventually. If that makes any sense.
Okay. Believe you.
Thanks. Do you see it now?
No.
What do you see on YouTube?
Just yakking it. I see me yakking away at you dismissively.
Oh, it's super.
Oh, I'm rolling my eyes now. No, I'm thinking.
I don't need the whole play-by-play.
Oh, that's my thinking face. That's horrible. They'd edit out my thinking face.
This is live. There's no editing out.
And do it in post-production for posterity.
Well, we're waiting for you to be able to describe what's up there. Gar said he smoked heavy for 15 to 20 years in menthol. And really put his bones through the paces. Muskrat's been quit smoking in 2006. Yeah. And Racer quit 24 years ago.
That's awesome.
And they're also talking about snuff.
Anybody who's quit smoking at any point, it's kudos.
And then Rick asked if you have any drugs left, and that I have his address. Pudgy asked, they're talking about snuff, do people call chew and dip snuff in Ohio? Snuff to me was always tobacco that you hooted, right? Wasn't that like a trend in
What does hooting mean?
Oh, snorting it up your nose. That's what I always thought. I thought snuff was a thing that went up your nose. Muskrat said he nibbled on cloves. That's how he quit. Snus was the sniff one. Huh. I thought snuff was powderized tobacco that you hooted.
Yeah, you take a little bump of it.
Yeah, you take a little bump. Yeah. As Dave said.
It turns out that the YouTube was not as delayed as I thought. I just wasn't. My YouTube had started at the beginning.
Oh, you didn't have it actually live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, why don't you describe what we're looking at here? And well, Ben said you could also do cardamom pods, but anyways.
He would. So yeah, I broke, what is that, your tibia? Broke that guy. And then down at the bottom left of, I don't know, bones, the big one, where it forms the joint. That's where I fractured it. So they put the plate and the screws in both to reinforce that bone and hold it in place so it would heal properly, but also that gap that you see in the x-ray, which is basically like the joint, was no longer properly aligned. So they could have just fixed the bone or the bone could have healed. However, but my ankle wouldn't have mechanically been right anymore. So, like, if you read the surgery notes, it's like, okay, we put this plate and screws in to fix the bone, and then they took another X-ray and did some stuff to like more screws in to realign it properly.
So that one that's
So,
just floating out there is the one that's like realigning stuff.
yeah, I don't really understand what that one is. I don't know if it's some weird X-ray thing that
Yeah, because Rick said, "Why is that one screw
it
in two
actually goes
pieces?"
through. I don't understand what that is. I
Hmm.
don't, because I don't know how putting that there would move the bone.
Yeah,
I don't.
I was
But
I was just super surprised to learn. I thought there was going to be a second surgery where these came out. I didn't realize this was you live with us now. Like you can't go through airport security anymore.
yeah, but a bionic ankle. I guess on rare occasions they do take it out if some people have like a bad reaction to it or do have physical discomfort for it, but I would rather not have the surgery again.
Oh, I wouldn't do it if it's not going to cause any problems. Yeah, I mean, how can you? You said you can feel it though, right? Like with your hand, like you could feel the plate in there.
Hmm.
I think you've asked me to touch it. And
Yeah,
I
like
refuse.
yeah, you won't touch it. Yeah, you can. If I, it definitely feels like on the plate, it feels different than just a bone. Would I know that if I didn't know that it was there? No, but you can also feel like the edge where the plate ends and it goes back to just bone.
Yeah, what is? Do you have like some kind of card about the airport thing or something? Like, is there anything like, or do they just see it in the X-ray and they know that's what's setting it off when they send you through the thing? I guess.
No, I mean, I don't know. Couldn't I also have some other? Couldn't I also have a weapon? And I'm like, oh no, it's my ankle.
Yeah. Well, I
I guess
guess.
I'd see that too.
Yeah, I guess the thing now is it's not just something that beeps like in the '80s. It actually takes a picture, so they're gonna see it. So.
Let's see what Google says. Will surgical implants in my foot set off the metal detector at the airport? Most implants in the foot, including screws, plates, and joint replacements, do not set off the metal detectors. I don't know why, though.
Yeah, like I'm saying, 9 times out of 10 anymore, it doesn't matter. They're taking a picture. It's not like a old school metal detector. You know what I mean? So those big scanners with your hands over your head are actually, X-rays more than metal detectors in the classic sense. So
Yeah.
bouncing bike life said cold weather will be hard on it, and you already kind of feel a little less strong in cold weather, anyways. So I don't.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend. I started hiking a little bit before I started riding and was talking to her about that. And she was like, oh, yeah, plus it's cold outside. And I'm like, oh, that could be a factor. But I've never had it when it's not cold.
That's true.
So
Oh, Dylan also asked, are the screws titanium? Maybe that's why they don't set it up.
I, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if the plate is tight. I wonder if it's all titanium. But I also don't know if titanium sets off metal detectors, so. 63% of airports will let you through. And then Fat Albert said his partner has a plate in the wrist that actually sets it off. So,
Oh,
like I said, I think it'll just depend. Like Pudgy was saying, they'll take the wand and know it's your ankle if it just sets off a general metal detector. But again, that would be more of a problem for getting into like concerts, I think, or something. Because, like I'm saying, almost I can't remember the last time I went to an airport where it wasn't the full body scanner. So, Gar said you'll be able to get the traffic light to change on the bike quicker with the road sensor. And Pudgy said he thinks they are titanium. We said they are titanium, so.
I love all the required notes they have to put in here. Like, they did this, this, and this, and then they assessed the fire risk of the operating room.
Where are you reading this?
Notes. It doesn't say what type of
Hardware it is.
metal.
Only a bunch of bike people are concerned about that. Is that an aluminum? Is that? Oh, is this an aluminum alloy? What is that? 6023? Whatever. Pudgy said at arenas they'll have her take the shoe off, and especially if they see the scar, they'll know, which makes sense. Yeah. Racer said to Drillium that. Do you know Drillium? The vintage bikes,
Yeah.
They used to put a bunch of, like, even in the chain rings, they would draw out a bunch of holes to save weight or whatever. That's kind of the aesthetic of those Velo Orange crank sets. It's not really for that, but that's what they're kind of going with. Then I had
Yeah, maybe some of the weight I thought I gained from quitting smoking is actually my hardware.
yeah, that's right.
You didn't really sell that very well, babe.
Blackball said a friend who had screws in his shoulder researched the type of bolt head. It was a Torx. So
No, Ben, I don't think Kenny could have fixed this for inside.
for anyone who hasn't been around as long, when we were riding the not the Greenbrier, what's that trail called?
Ben?
North Bend Rail Trail in West Virginia. There was nobody saw it, a piece of wire that must have been from like concrete or something, kind of, chunk, caught Erin's foot completely without warning. She went over the bars, and when she stood up, her pinky was completely sideways. At first, we were super scared that it was a fracture, but then realized it was just dislocated. And our buddy Kenny, who owns Missing Falls Brewing, ended up popping it back in place. So, yeah. I don't think he could have done trail side screws, though. So,
No.
in West Virginia, a couple friends, like rode off, like they were going to try and get help. And they were back within, not even 5 minutes, realizing we are in the middle of nowhere. There is no help to be had. There's no cell phone service, any of that stuff. Did you sign a waiver at Nutmeg? Yeah, there were waivers at Nutmeg. I don't think Erin was going to try and sue Ronnie and Aria anyways.
No.
I liked Terry B's comment when I was talking to him the next day. He was like, yeah, I didn't get a chat last night. And then he was like, and I was like telling him the story about what happened to you. And he's like, oh, I just looked over and I was like, oh, cool. There's even like girl here hanging out with a broken ankle.
Yeah.
Jay Dandy said, didn't know you could hijack a plane with a titanium gun. Lube smells like bananas. Yeah, Triflow does. This channel is very educational.
Loki, come here.
And everyone's talking about carrying certain tools so we could screw you back together. Erin would sue Ronnie for a lap dance. She's just trying to get her cat. She doesn't care anymore.
The Smokes is looking at me beseechingly. She wants up here, but she won't. Yeah.
Fat Albert had said it depends. Some are medical grade stainless steel. I feel like for some reason oh, there's Smokey.
Look at her.
Yeah, she's not happy about it.
No, but she's still on my lap.
Yeah. Oh, really? Even with the jostling?
Yeah, she wanted to be up here in my lap. She would accept that I'll migrating and be up here. I have a heated blanket on my lap, so that's part of it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Where's my Edmund?
I don't know. He's usually on my lap during the streams. Do you see where Edmund went? Is he over in that chair?
Is he behind you? Or is that just... No.
Yeah, I don't know. Ever since I got him, he's spent every single stream down here. But I think he got annoyed. He walked around for a while, and I didn't let him get up here. Or he didn't have the chance to, so he probably wandered off. So... Oh, Jay Dandy said Terry B rode past an apartment he used to live in today. I think they were down in Miami, right? I missed the stream because I was out riding. So Erin's part light speed. What would you sue a hippie for? Is hay sack collection? Oh, hacky sack collection. Yeah, Erin.
This is the time that Smokes and I are usually spooning.
Ah.
That's why she wants to be with me.
Oh, yeah, there she is. So what do you think next step is? What's your next ride?
I don't know. I can't ride with you tomorrow because you gotta ride with the rats. Can't ride with you on Thursday because you gotta work.
Yeah, Thursday's supposed to be the... Was tomorrow now the nicest day? Because tomorrow it's showed a high into the 50s, I believe.
No, Thursday is almost in the 60s.
Oh, really?
It's supposed to be nicer tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow, but it's supposed to be almost 60 on Thursday.
Oh, huh.
I don't know what my meeting schedule looks like.
Yeah. I think my shoot's at 4 o'clock, so... If you don't have meetings early
I'm
afternoon.
available between 10 and 2, babe. 10 and 2. I don't think it'll be 60 then, though.
That's kind of a... it's kind of a hard gap to when I have to be somewhere at 4. We can see. We'll see about it, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll skip my 2 o'clock meeting.
Oh, we got a super chat coming in from Mario. Where's the pop-up? Why is Stream Elements not showing it? Mario super chatted $10 and said an IPA on him. So, thanks, Mario. It also said this is your 5th super chat.
One for each of us, right, Mario? What I'm trying to confirm is that you intend for Tim to buy me a beer with that $10.
Oh, here it comes. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds
Mario El Romo super chatted $10. Keeping on me, guys.
It tried to pronounce IPA. It said IPA on me, guys. So.
And Mo won't let me remind you of our pending transactions anymore.
Ah, you over.
Apparently, you only get one reminder.
Mario was saying, yes, one of these beers is definitely for you. So, what about Friday? Because Friday only showed rain in the morning. Let's ride somewhere and get one of these IPAs.
I'm supposed to go for a hike with Chrissy when she's done with school.
Ah, all right. I guess.
Also, maybe I'll reschedule with Chrissy, babe.
You don't have to. That's all right. We could have an IPA at a different time.
When will we ride bikes then?
I'll have to figure it out. Muskrat, I do have something to say to him, but he said, I'm glad they didn't put screws in his nuts when he slammed them into the top tube. So. Also, Muskrat, I have put the phone holder in my bike bag, and I've ridden towards Kent twice and remembered to put it in my bike bag both the times, but forgot to text you. So, I don't know, you probably didn't see this, Erin, but company sent me some stuff to give away, and Muskrat was one of the winners. So I was like, oh, that's great. I don't have to ship it, but I keep forgetting to text him when I'm heading out his way. So try and remember the next time. So. Oh,
I don't ever get any of this swag.
you were in the members giveaway. So it was the wheel of names that we use, and your name was in there.
Oh, the wheel of names. Wait, did you do the duck?
Yeah,
I didn't get the duck.
the duck went to Otis. Well, he was here.
What?
Yeah, and everyone said it's rigged. Everyone said it's rigged, but it wasn't. It's wheel of names. I have no control over the wheel of names. So, but the funny thing is, part of their slogan is, let me get this right. We sell what your bike shop doesn't. So, and Otis won it. So, yeah, this is the other one. Oh wait, it's this camera. Yeah, 2 cameras.
That one's your duck.
This is my duck.
I mean, are you gonna put that on a? Are you gonna put that on a bike?
I got a headlight, got a horn, got a little propeller. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on a bike. What do you? This will go good on the Roger Riviera, and St. Patrick's Day is coming up too.
I don't feel like I know who's there in the background, but I don't feel like this stream has enough Dave in it.
Not enough Dave.
No, enough Dave.
Erin said the stream doesn't have enough Dave in it.
You guys are doing just fine. You don't got enough equipment.
Yeah, I don't, because I'm using the cameras that would usually point at Dave. I need both of them for this, what we're doing. So.
Why do you need multiple cameras
There's
for this?
There's a technical thing where my camera can't go to 2 things at once. So since my R5 is what my Canon is what I do the intro, and when you want to go to bed, I'll go back to that. So for this chat, I need a second camera because it's already whatever tied up in a channel. I don't really understand it. But so like I'm talking to you on a GoPro right now.
Don't get it, but it also turns out I don't actually care.
There's a lot of real annoying stuff to figure out how to make all this work. Yeah, so yeah. And you just got to keep trying it and being like, I don't know why that doesn't work. So. Rick said the ducks.
That's what I do all day.
Yeah. Rick said the duck horn scared his cat away. So. I'm actually, did I tell you I'm working on St. Patrick's Day, so I won't be able to do our normal morning ride. Not me and your normal.
Have you told Yonda?
Well, I need to tell Bob Darrow, who was here in the beginning, but yeah. That's me and Bob's enlarged tradition more than anything, so. What are you doing over there?
I just sent a picture of my Smoky to the Discord. Oh, there we go. It won't let me pick that. Oh, there we go. Technology, guys. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
this is still on my lap.
Oh, this is live? This is what we're... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is live.
The smoke's just chilling.
He's looking at me, giving me blinkies. Whoa.
Was Edmund over there?
Where'd you put the bean?
Huh.
Where'd you put the bean?
Rick asked if I don't ride on St. Patty's Day, how will I lose a GoPro? I'll probably still...
St. Patrick's Day last year when you made me mad and I took twice as many mushrooms as I meant to.
No.
A text message to Brad that just said, "Oh no."
Yeah, I'll be getting a later start. It's my buddy Kyle's son's 4th birthday. So they're going to some trampoline park that I'll be photographing. So
Is it on a Saturday or something?
I think St. Patrick's Day is on a Sunday. So
Monday. It is.
yeah, only work until noon. So 10 to noon, I think it is, out in Montrose. Which is kind of a bummer because I was hoping I could ride my bike to that, but Montrose is. I mean, I guess I kind of could come in the back way somewhere, but
Back door.
David Geller just popped in and said he's breaking down a bike, but welcome back, Erin. So
Thank you. Thank you.
take my bouncy lens. And it is a Sunday this year. Yeah. Should I let you go? Should I let you hit the hay, Erin?
You done with me?
Well-
You feel that you have noted all the things you need to know to action people more valuable to your channel than me.
Yeah. Yeah, this low budget guest situation has. Well, Dave is on the camera. You could see behind me when he grabs his water.
Oh, there he is. Oh, Dave's hand. But where is Edmund?
I don't know. Dave said when he got up and he didn't see him anywhere. So he's usually like right here on the ground.
He's in.
And then I look at him and I'm like, hey, come here. And he hops right in my lap. But yeah.
Do you think he's in the window? Do you think he's taking all of his toys out of the box?
Yeah. He could be. It's really rare for him not to be in the same room. As I went up and down getting the stream set up, he followed me up and down the stairs every single time. So
Do you think that he's avoiding the stream because he can hear my voice?
he can't hear your voice. I'm wearing headphones.
That's right. We already discussed this. I forgot.
Cycling Brian was asking if we'll ever know who Scrape is. Scrape. There's a channel member who won the first giveaway, but I realized I don't have like contact information for channel members unless they give it to me. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever, unless they happen to pop in on one of these live streams, know who they are. But
Is it, do you think it's a Ape Shrey?
oh, I'll have to look at his YouTube channel name. It could be. He has an electronic bike too, so he might be able to use something. I don't know if I don't know if he's still riding it. He was riding that around like crazy. I'd seen him out and about a bunch of times, but now it's been a while. Have to ask him next time I see him.
It has been winter, though.
Yeah, but I didn't see him last summer out and about either, which doesn't mean he hasn't been riding it. I just coincidentally ran into him before. But Muskrat asked if you were getting some walks in to strengthen your ankle, and I know you've actually been hiking and stuff.
Yeah. I've been hiking a little bit. It's actually, I think it really is more strengthening and stretching for my foot and ankle than riding. So maybe I should just hike tomorrow without you.
Yeah, take a hike.
What's the best instant coffee? What's the best instant coffee? I don't. To be perfectly honest, I don't. There's a company called Swift that has like the technology and the machines to make craft coffee into instant coffee. So, like they put a bunch of roasters process through that process for them. They put a bunch of roasters coffee through that process for them, and it all tastes roughly the same. Like they do a good job with it. So I ended up tending to buy I think it's Sight Glasses coffee. Sight Glass is a roaster out of San Francisco, I think. They've been around for a while and they roast really well. But I ended up starting to get it because it's available on Amazon, which I know is horrible, but I'm not necessarily always great at planning ahead. And um, yeah, and they have a decaf, which a lot of the roasters don't do.
Do they do the Lachlan Morton coffee?
I don't know if they actually make that coffee, or if they process that coffee, but it is the same process. So I kind of suspect that Lachlan's company is doing it themselves since that's all they're doing.
Oh, gotcha. I find it's okay. Like, the instant coffee's not great, but for the simplicity of being on a bike packing trip, it's good enough. But I don't think any of them do. I mean, I haven't had any that I'm like, oh, this is really good. I'm like, this is good enough. Is that how you feel?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would definitely prefer to have like real coffee. But the thing is that if you're taking like a pour over or an AeroPress and you're pre-grinding to take it with you, and you're pouring an indeterminate amount of water over it and letting it sit for an indeterminate amount of time, like you're actually getting a better cup from the instant coffee.
Yeah.
With significantly less equipment and weight in your bag for it.
We also did the tea bags, which I felt about the same. I felt those came out about the same as the instant coffee, in my opinion. They were good enough. They were better than, getting garbage from somewhere. But go ahead.
I think that the instant is better than
The tea bag style.
Steeped. Yeah.
Pudgy asked what you thought of the two decafs he bought you a while back.
They were good. I'm sorry I never followed up on that. One was a little dark for my preference, but in the whole range of coffee, you know what I mean? It's like every IPA is not Tim's favorite IPA, but an IPA and he likes it. So
Yeah. So it's still good, just not your favorite. It's a little too a little darker of a roast than you would normally.
But the other one I really liked.
I'll let you get going, but I thought there was one more comment. Oh, Eddie said Swift does coffee for some places in DC, and there are some that are exceptional. Also do a double portion.
Yeah,
I think we do double portions, don't we, when we make it, or
We don't.
no?
I mean, we drink 2 cups, but they have started, and this is like, I think more a roaster decision than a Swift decision, but I think Swift has proved themselves in their process enough that roasters are willing to do it, that they're starting to use like higher end coffee or put higher end coffee through the process. So it used to just be, like, this is our house blend and we've made it into instant. Now they're doing more of like, this is a fancy dry pack processed Ethiopia and we're going to make it instant. So they have definitely gotten better. But I still, even if I like spent the extra money on those, I still don't think I'd want to drink them camping. You know what I mean? It would be something that I would want to make more of an experience.
That might be, too, what he meant with the rest of the comment. He said it's hard to tell the difference between that and an AeroPress. The stuff we've drinking so far, I don't feel comes close to an AeroPress, even though I've only had AeroPress when we've done coffee outside a few times. But I still feel like that's, for what I've had, the AeroPress is still a better coffee.
Yes, but when we've done that, we were car camping. So I took a scale and timed it. Like, I don't want to take a scale to weigh the grounds and the water and sit there with a timer to plunge and then dilute it with more weighed out water. Like, it's more of a process. So yeah, for car camping, I'd still be willing to do that, but that's my point. It's not going to compare. Like, For me, unless I am that meticulous about it, then it's going to come out equivalent of the instant coffee.
Yeah. We did it for coffee outside. We made the AeroPress when we went to the moon tower on that really cold day.
Did we?
Yeah, because I shot a video. I shot it all in slow-mo. So
It was that good.
I liked it, but
Like
you're
specifically, you remember that one was good?
yeah, but you're way more picky than I am. So
Mm.
yeah, I've been using it until the last couple months when I started using the burr grinder. I was using a grinder that someone found in the dumpster behind Gabe's for 10 years. So I also use water from my
True.
faucet to make my coffee. So
Gross.
uh,
I don't think that Cuyahoga Falls water can taste like anything but Folgers.
no, that's your pickier palate.
I mean, my water is worse, but
That's why we have you talk about the coffee, because you're the coffee person. Racer said he quit drinking. Now he drinks chocolate. I noticed that when I watch like Decline's videos or different places, people go to like places where they get just like chocolate drinks. I don't think there's. I think there was one place in Cleveland like that at the edge of the arcade, but I haven't. Besides that, I don't know any other places. Do you know any place where you could get like chocolate to drink?
what's that place in Town Square called? Angel
Oh,
Falls.
Angel Falls
is
does it?
drinking chocolate.
Oh, I guess I never knew. Have they always had it?
Okay, let me put it this way. I actually probably haven't been in Angel Falls in at least 7, if not 10 years. Because they used to have it. I
They
presume
had,
they still
yeah.
have it.
I'll text Matt Haas later. Ask him. Oh, David said, this is kind of interesting. He said, I need to start drinking coffee. I'm more of an energy drink consumer. So that's what got me into coffee. I wasn't a coffee drinker, but I remember like buying energy drinks when I was younger. And then I think it was around the time I decided to quit processed food and reading the ingredients is when I started drinking coffee. So, and then I basically made coffee with a bunch of cream and sugar with the full intention of weaning myself off of it to get into acquiring the coffee taste. So, hey, that's a fascinating little fact you might not have known about me, babe.
I didn't. And I'm not sure I wanted to.
Yeah, well, now you do. Hey, what's up, Mr. Natty? How you doing? Well, oh, you're typing in the chat.
You were telling your story. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, you just didn't want to listen.
I thought you wanted everybody to get to know you that intimately.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Bouncing Bike Life had a good question, how is drinking chocolate different than hot chocolate? Which I think is just a better product, right? It's not something that's gone through a lot of processing. I don't know. You might know better than I do.
I don't know technically the difference, but it's much more concentrated. So, like, if you think of like a cup of Swiss Miss, just to use something standard that we're all familiar with, a portion of drinking chocolate is going to be, so let's call that 10 ounces. A portion of drinking chocolate is going to be like 4 to 6 ounces, and it's going to be like a much thicker consistency and probably less sweet.
Taking higher quality chocolate.
So I don't know the process to get it into the difference in the process to get it into the form of drinking chocolate versus hot chocolate, but the experience would be something smaller, much richer, less sweet, and very concentrated.
And in the history of chocolate, that's what they were drinking in Mexico, or that's the way they were using chocolate. The indigenous people were drinking chocolate. They weren't making it into, I don't think, a candy or anything like that. I think the reports of the, conquistadors and colonizers was that they were drinking a very bitter drink, and they're talking about chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
There was no, I don't think they were turning it into any kind of solid back then. So, and I think hot chocolate is kind of a processed powder or syrup that you mix in stuff. I think drinking chocolate is much more, there's less steps. I don't think they've done a processed thing to it, right? That's the way I've come to understand it.
Yeah, and now that we're talking about it, I think one of the distinctions might be that hot
The
chocolate
Mayans,
is made
yeah.
from cocoa, like cocoa powder. And drinking chocolate is made from cacao.
Yeah.
No, it's made from cacao, but not cocoa powder.
Yeah.
Like chocolate processed into cocoa powder is then made into hot chocolate. Cacao processed into something else is made into drinking chocolate.
Yeah.
Do you want me to stop guessing and Google it?
No, we're good. This is good enough.
Do you want
Yeah.
me to stop making a whole bunch of shit about chocolate up that I have no idea?
No.
It's right in anyway.
No, we're pretty sure we're right. So, David Geller asked if pouring Magic Shell in your mouth counts as drinking chocolate. Oh, man, we had a Magic Shell night. We really, for those of you who know Ryan Hugh, we really pissed him off with him trying to explain the actual process of Magic Shell. But all we kept saying is, we don't need to know your process. It's clearly magic. So, someone also, I pulled up the Mayans because that's who I was trying to think of. But when I'm on the spot, I fail. And of course, my brain said Incas, and I'm like, no, that's Peru, South America. But so thanks to whoever, a couple people who said the Mayans. I know Pudgy did and stuff like that. But Blackball Chris said every time he hears the word conquistador, he thinks of that Procol Harlem tune. I only know them as a one-hit wonder. I've never looked into their other songs, even though I love Whiter Shade of Pale. Anyways. All right. Do you want to? Oh, you're gonna look up drinking chocolate before you take off because you have to know. I know how you are.
I can't not Google.
Yeah.
I think there's still some nuance, but basically, yes, drinking hot chocolate comes from cocoa powder. Drinking chocolate comes from chocolate melted into milk or water.
Mr. Natty said real chocolate bean is covered in a white fruit that tastes like mango. I've got real chocolate growing on his land in Costa Rica. He'll send me some. Oh, I'd love to try it. Because I know chocolate you ferment and do a bunch of stuff to before it becomes what we eat, right? So is that just what the fruit tastes like before it's fermented? So that's what I'm guessing he means. I have no idea. I've watched shows on...
What kind of chocolate factory to go to? Went to the Cho, I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's TCHO chocolate factory in Seattle. It's pretty interesting.
Huh. So a couple of people said the fruit the cocoa beans come from is amazing. I never really thought about it. Yeah, I know what it looks like. I mean, I've looked at like I said, I've watched the whole process. So.
Okay.
Cacao is from Bahia in Brazil, country that you're from. It's amazing. Nice. All right. You gonna tap out?
I'm tapping out, babe. I'm patching out. Patching me out.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. I'm sure everyone appreciated. They already said when we were going to say the original goodbye that you classed up the joint a bit. So.
Yes. I'll return again once the smokes and the bean stickers are back.
Emojis. They're called emojis.
Emojis?
Yeah. This isn't a Pixel phone. This is a YouTube. Okay.
Those on my phone, they're called photo emojis or something like that. They're called. I don't know how they, yeah, photo emojis.
All right. Thanks. Have a good night.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Talk to you in the morning. Bye.
I said I love you. Bye.
Love you too, babe. Not in front of the guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye. See if my cam's still working. Nope. Let's see if I can make it work. Nope. Looks like a GoPro it is. Oh, I got rid of the GoPro. Shoot. Could you unplug that can and plug it back in? Can I make me full screen? Yeah, well, that works a little bit for now, so. Oh, I saw, what was that comment? It was a white chocolate Snickers. I didn't get it. I just saw it, David Geller, when I was doing my century. I wanted a regular Snickers, and they only had white chocolate, and I was like, oh, hell no. I do not like white chocolate. All right, let's see if that worked. Oh, there we go. Good, all good. Cool. Now I'm back over here. Camera 2. Mr. Natty said real chocolate is used in ceremonies and could be quite more speedy than coffee. Yeah, I knew there was caffeine in it. I didn't know how much. You gotta stick a ring on the boot. Yeah, I think we talked about this before, but that's that's actually how I know Erin is. Buddy Albert, who's been on the live streams and the channel before, has a coffee shop, Acton Coffee Roasters, and then Asterisk here in the Falls. And Erin helped him get it open because she used to work at Rising Star in Cleveland. She worked at a coffee shop in New York City and a coffee shop in Chicago. So she's definitely the expert. She was very early in on the whole third wave coffee thing. So, oh, yeah, take those headphones off. An hour in the headphones is... these are really comfortable Sony studio monitors, but any headphones after an hour, there's no way. Blackball said it's after 10. Tim's girlfriend went to bed. Let's get high as fuck and listen to Black Sabbath. Just checking the comments, see if I missed anything we had to catch up on. So, white chocolate is devilish business, and if you get caught eating it in the UK, you're a witch. I'm guessing there are probably decent white chocolates, and the white chocolates I've ever had are garbage, just American sugary stuff. So I don't want to say that there's no good white chocolate, just that I've never had good white chocolate. And the same thing, I used to drink, or eat just like crappy chocolate, and now I appreciate good dark chocolate, like actual chocolate. I'm gonna move this out of my way so I could see what I'm doing now. Or so we could see what Dave's doing. Oh, I don't have a scene set up for that now, so I can't do that.
Because it was
I deleted it off there just in case it would be a bottleneck, so... Yeah. Oh, I do want to tell you guys before I forget, just to that, next week, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stream. I picked up a job in Boston, so I'll be flying to Boston on Tuesday. I'm going to be staying at my friend's house while I work, and I think they get up really early, so I'll probably be getting up really early to work too, but if everyone's going to bed by 9 o'clock, I think I'm going to be far enough away from them where I'd be able to stream with my headphones and my Mac laptop. It would probably just be simple using the webcam and all that. But so there's a possibility, but I'll let everyone know in the Discord during the day or in the evening what it's looking like. So, yeah, there's that. And I won't be able to make it up. I won't be back till a week. Like, I'll be gone for a whole week. So I'm going to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in Boston, and then Saturday, hang out with my buddy Eric, who lives there. Sunday, get myself ready because I'm flying out on like a super early Monday flight. So, anyway, just a little update. My goal is to make a couple videos this week. Still, I still have that Monday upload come out. So maybe something over the weekend. Anyways, just a little update for the people who watch regularly that they're 50-50 on a stream next week. I don't know. So, and that's another thing too. Tuesday, if we're hanging out past 9 o'clock and it seems like they're going to go to bed early on Thursday, I'll let you know and then do a stream because I wouldn't mind still doing it for fun, but no way to know yet. This is going to be a great job. I'll be photographing a company, a multinational company that actually does fish products. So, going to be some harbor photos and flying the drone and might get on a boat, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, don't know if I'm going to be able to ride at all. I was thinking like, oh yeah, maybe I could ride, once I cross the harbor from the airport to where they live. Then I realized I'm going to have too many bags with me. So it would have to be more of a, I don't know if there's a bike shop open on Sunday that could rent me a bike. But anyways. Large said, anyway, just getting that out of the way. Large said, how about that Velo Orange camera? I only saw the Instagram post, and I didn't have the chance to really look into that yet, but I saved that one, so I was able to check it out. But yeah, it was interesting. Muskrat, you said you perk your coffee in stainless steel. That's what me and Dave drank on the farm for years. In French press, I used a French press for a lot of years. Coffee nerds don't like it because there's not enough control. Whatever. I just know that from dating a coffee nerd. So, Cassidy, you asked about what do you think about Terry B's bike tour. I love when he live streams stuff like this because that's when I'm working around in the studio and editing photos. I have it on in the background and I have the chats up on my computer so I could chat if I want to. But yeah, it's been really, really cool. I missed today's stream, but I'm a channel member, so I'm able to watch the replays on YouTube because Terry rode with Lucas Brunel today and stuff like that. I saw the photos in his Discord. So yeah, definitely going to check out a little bit of the replay. And the other night he stayed on till like 11 at night. I think it was about 11 at night. I had gotten in bed kind of early and was just edited some photos on my computer on the laptop, and then I was reading, and then I did something. I checked something. I'm like, they're still online, and they were still like hanging out at the bar, having a good time. So I jumped in and watched a little bit of that. So yeah, really cool. His setup's just so amazing. So will they take me to an arbitorium? Pudgy, you might have a bike hookup in Boston. Yeah, let me know. It's a lot of it too is just going to depend on like how much time I end up hanging out with my friends. If they're, I think the evenings, my days are going to be really busy and like really intense. This is like a pretty serious job, so definitely not during the week. Then I assume Friday we're going to go out and get some food and drinks. But yeah, possibly on Saturday or Sunday. So. Milk has no place in coffee ever. Well, I don't know. I even had a cortada when we did our coffee ride the other day. I never put anything in my coffee at home, but if I go to a coffee shop once in a while, I will get a coffee drink. So, yeah, like 99 out of 100 coffees I have are black, but I will get like an espresso drink. So. Also, if I'm at like a diner, like if I'm at a place that's going to have crappy coffee, I put cream in it. Like the coffee's not good anyway, so I add some flavor. Even I see Erin do that if we're at some breakfast spot. So I wouldn't put it in. I would never put my own creamer into like a really good coffee though. Pudgy, you're welcome up anytime. We're having just St. Patrick's Day. I'm working. Also, the channel meetup on, if you aren't aware, join in the Discord, doing a meetup on, what is that, March 23rd? I think Lucas still annoys a lot of people, I think the one dude jumped in the stream the one week who got arrested with him for riding on the, speaking of Boston, riding on the Charles River in Boston. That's the Charles River in Boston, right? Yeah. Erin said she left and we're still talking coffee. Have you been here the whole time? 'Cause we were talking about how you're the coffee nerd. This chat tends to get hooked on one topic, you know? Especially Brooke Saddles.
Carol Amaro subscribed to the channel.
Oh, it is the Charles River in Boston. That's what I thought. Oh, St. Patrick's, you get a long weekend for your birthday, so. I think one of the things too with coffee, if you're drinking good, expensive coffee, to put a bunch of stuff in it to me seems a little ridiculous. No, I mean, no offense if you do that, but yeah, if you're just drinking like dark roasted coffee, then it's not as much of a big deal. Oh yeah, I forgot you didn't stream from your bed, Erin, so you had to make the move. Jay Dandy said I should live stream Terry B's live stream and we can all comment. We didn't get any of the maps. I do think we're going to do... Oh, I did see Pudgy's stem. I'd have to find it at this point now. Oh, a lot of stem pics in the Discord. Oh, there it is. New stem day. I'll pull that up while we're chatting. But I'll open it bigger too. But yeah, I think there's going to be a map-heavy episode because started to talk about what like bikepacking trips for this summer. And I have some ideas, and I'm wondering if anyone has ideas they could help us out with. I'm not going to bring up exactly what we've been thinking yet, but that'll be a map-heavy episode, Jay Dandy, so I'll make sure you're alerted beforehand. Oh, I need to end that other window. How do I do that? Disconnect. There we go. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap up a little early tonight because I'm just really tired. And yeah, I've got a video that I shot today that'll probably come out on Thursday. Then I'm going to make one over the weekend for the Monday upload while I'm gone. Hoping to do something while I'm in Boston, get something filmed. But like I said, I'm not going to ditch my friends to do it because I don't get to hang out often enough. So... who's watching Edmund while I'm gone? Erin's going to be over in the mornings, and then Dave's going to help out in the evenings. So I'm really nervous about... oh, that's the I don't use creamer, not the who's watching Edmund. But yeah. So one of the things is with Edmund, I've done everything right, so he eats at the same time every morning and stuff like that, which is also a factor that makes me more... nervous about leaving them. So my other cats were the kind of cats where I just piled up a bunch of food. They weren't the kind of cats. That's how they got treated by that kind of cat dad. Bicycle dad, I think part of our trip might include the Empire Trail, but it wouldn't be to the Erie Canal, but it would be like a couple days on that and then other stuff to make it a little more interesting. So anyways, yeah. That's going to be it for tonight. I appreciate everybody, as always. I'm sure I'll be posting from my trip in Boston, whether it involves bikes or just the bikes I see while I'm out on the streets there. So, yeah. Thanks as always. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is not right.
Fitzwater photo.